Hello everyone, Med for Collectibles back here doing a national recap video. Picked up a lot of stuff. Did over $15,000 worth of deals over the last 3 or 4 days. Got home today, back to Charlotte, trying to reconcile everything. See some stacks of cards back here. I bought a big collection of postcards. Also bought some bigger graded stuff we'll go through. Did get a couple modern things. Nothing too much. We got a couple modern cards. A bunch of rare stuff, some bazookas and different things. So I'll take you guys through what I got. Try to give you an idea what I paid for the stuff. Was able to find some deals. I did a bunch of deals with Andy Sports Cards at the National. They had a booth, Andy and Charlie, and I ended up starting to work with them. And I spent most of my time at their booth going through stuff, and they were giving me some pretty good deals. So I bought some stuff from some other vendors as well, but I spent the majority of my time there. I did also send in 89 raw cards that I bought at the National for grading with SGC. So I didn't get any videos of what I sent in, but I did look for some opportunities to grade some stuff. I didn't really have a plan to do that, but that's just kind of the way it worked out. So if you look here, some of the post stuff I bought. So Mays, Aaron, Robinson. One there was a Jello, obviously. Had a bunch of other stuff here. Go through, see just a bunch of Hall of Famers and these post sets that look pretty good. So hoping to get a few that actually get graded. You can see a Jello there, a K-line. But all the Hall of Famers that looked like they were in great shape. The Wilhelms are short prints. I think the Ford, I don't know if the 61 post is a short print. The 62 might be. And then even more here, post, and I bought some bazookas. I bought a bazooka collection as well. So the Mantle is a big bazooka there. Hoping it gets a grade, but it could be authentic. Clementi bazooka, Mays, Bench, a lot of big names in bazooka here. Very rare cards, so hoping we get some grades there. They are hand cut. And then bought some other raw stuff, so some 64 Topps Mays, Maris 65, Deco Edge Maze. Nothing super expensive here. With some of the raw stuff, I did get a couple bigger cards here at the end here. Other stuff I dropped off. So a Gotti Fred Lindstrom, 41 play ball Mel Ott. I did pick up a 40 play ball Joe DiMaggio in rough shape, just hoping it gets a 1. Picked up a Honus Wagner play ball. Again, I wrote down 3 there. It could be a 4. I don't exactly remember the condition because I didn't take any pictures, but just kind of what I remember. A Napa Joy as well in that same set. Again, all from that same dealer, Andy and his buddy Charlie that were there. And then a couple Mantles here at the end, post, and the Jello's beat up. I know that's going to be authentic, but the post could potentially get a grade. So if they get grades, they'll do pretty well. Authentic, not as well. I bought about 320 postcards from them, so I did get a big lot of them. Paid about $3 to $4 per card. That's what it came out to, and you can see some of the names that I got with that. So there are a bunch of stars in there and Hall of Famers, and even some more in these stacks that I'll show that I didn't send for grading. And here's another submission I did as well from the first day. So we got there on Thursday, walked around, I bought some stuff. On Friday, walked around, bought some more stuff. I did a submission Saturday morning, I think is when I did my second submission. I took a submission with me and dropped it off Thursday morning. Did a second submission on Saturday morning with stuff I had bought Thursday and Friday. This was the stuff I bought Thursday and Friday here. So some Maravich, some Wests, again, all clean raw stuff. I'm kind of hoping, from what I recall, most of them should be EX or better. From what I sent in, I was looking for some clean raw stuff to get some grades on. The rest of them here, 64 Top, 62, again, just a bunch of Hall of Famers that I thought were in good enough shape to get EX or better. Some of them are probably better than that. Some of the stars like Padres, I'm guessing they probably assumed a little better than EX. Minoso, Hodges, Irvin, Don Zimmer, Spawn, Feller, Matthews. So yeah, that's a lot of the stuff I was picking up. So I have about 140 cards at SGC now that were all dropped off the National with their $15 grading special. And I'll get back all vintage stuff. Rizzuto, Fox, Slaughter, Ford, Snyder, Aaron. I actually bought this bazooka Aaron from Andy the day before, and then I ended up going back and buying the rest of them. And I picked up some T206s, T205s. These are both T205s here, one with a Hassan back, so a little rare. This one's actually in pretty good shape. I had a 4 on that one. I picked up another bazooka Yogi Bear for cheap, like 20 bucks. Again, these are rare, so I picked it up for 20 bucks just to get authenticated. Burke Ross there, kind of all over the board, different stuff, just random stuff I picked up. So these two Teds I picked up were, they had stamps on the back. So I bought these, the pair for $280. They both had stamps on the back of them, but 54 Ted Williamses, if they come back in 1 or 2, still be worth it. So that's stuff I sent off for grading. I'll pause here for a second. I'll show you what my brother picked up as well. He picked up a bunch of stuff for his PC. He doesn't really sell cards. He just buys, but picked up a lot of good stuff. I took a video of it last night in our hotel room before he came back. He had an early flight, so we didn't really have a chance to do anything else, but I'll pause here and show you guys what he picked up as well. This is all the stuff my brother picked up this week. Pete Rose, SGC 4. This is the card he traded me for. Willie Mays, SGC 6, 1954 Bowman. 41 play ball, Ted Williams. 64 tops. Clemente, PSA 7. You got a Satchel Paige, 53 tops, PSA 5. Ernie Banks, rookie, 54 tops, PSA 4. Koufax rookie, PSA 4. Got a Clemente, 56 tops, white back, PSA 7. And then a 63 tops, Bob Clemente, PSA 7 as well. Oh yeah, it is a white back. There was one who was looking at, was a gray back that was mislabeled, but pretty good haul this week at the National. All right, we're back. As you can see, nice, clean, vintage Hall of Famers, high grade stuff he looks for. He's working on a Clemente PSA 7 run. I think he's got everything except for the rookie and maybe one other one he's looking for just kind of the flagship top stuff. So he's working on that, and I think almost nearly completed it at the National. Just again, the rookie card is probably one he's waiting for. So that was good. We had a fun time. Kids had a fun time. I did post some videos of the kids walking around and doing stuff. It was a long 3 days. I think we probably went from 9 to midnight on Thursday and Friday, then probably 9 to maybe 6 or 7 on Saturday. So it was a long weekend, but we did have a lot of fun. So just to give you guys an example, the postcard lot that I picked up, I paid, again, it was 320 some cards, plus they threw in just some cheap 61 Fleer stuff, all these Hall of Famers. These are only worth $3 to $5 a piece, but these are all in there as well. He kind of threw those in as a throw-in. So with the Fleer stuff and all the post/Jello cards, I paid $1,200 for the lot. Again, it was Manels, Aaron's, Clementes, and all the big names were in there. A bunch of the short prints from these sets, they're only, I think, 62. You can either get them on the box or on the company mailed set. There's a ton of those short prints in here as well. So paid around $4 a card for that. A little less, I guess, but just stacks and stacks and stacks of all, really everybody. So I got to go through and pull out the short prints and any of the variations that are in there. I'll dig through those and call those out. So these are all here. These are all 61s that came, probably about 100 of them. I did pull out some of the Hall of Famers that were in there that I did not send in for grading. So here's, and stars. So Mazeroski's, there's Red Shonday, Santo, Billy Martin, star there. Johnny Padres, another star. Hodges, Duke Snyder, Ted Kluszewski, Hank Bauer, Whitey Herzog, Wilhelm, Brooks Robinson, you know. So just an example of some of the Hall of Famers and stars that were in just the 61 set. Again, 62s had a bunch of Hall of Famers and stars in here too. I sent a bunch of those off. Snyder, Burdett, Roberts, Maz, Richie Ashburn, Drysdale, Moore Ashburn, Don Zimmer, Cepeda, Harvey Keene, Veda Pinson, Frank Robinson, Carl Sawatsky. So Again, not just all commons, which is why I paid pretty strong on it. I thought it was a fair deal for both of us. Without going through every card, I thought there was enough in here that I could, again, hopefully grade some of them. And the rest I'll sell raw. I don't really collect the set, but it just seemed like a cool opportunity to pick this up and see what I do with it. I know there's a lot of collectors out there for this set. So if you guys are trying to make the either 61, 62, or 63 post sets, I've got quite a few, mostly from 61 and 62. There is a few 63s, but I've got pretty much all of them. Again, probably 30 or so of them off at grading, hoping to get a few number grades on those that were cut pretty well. There's all your 62s. This is the red variation. This is the blue for the 62s. And 63s, again, just some more Hall of Famers and stars. Some of those of which, you know, I set off Scour on Mazeroski, Leon Wagner, so there's a bunch of those in there. Not as many of the 63 set. So that was part of it. Also in there were a couple Jello cards. So here's your Jellos that were in there: Dick Donovan, Tom Cheney, Smokey Burgess, Vic Power, Bob Shaw. So there's a couple of those. You had an Al Spangler Canadian from 62 as well. It was I think the only Canadian I saw was that one. And then again, same dealer bought a bunch of bazookas. You saw on the grading sheet, I sent a lot of those bazookas in. A lot of good Hall of Famers. Depending on how those come back, I may send a couple more of these in, but I picked most of the major guys that I thought had a chance to get a number grade, and sent those in. So again, if you're collecting the bazooka sets, I've got a bunch of them here that'll be moving. This one I picked up actually right at the end of the show. I picked up these three from another dealer. I paid $800 for the three of them. This card is extremely difficult to find, doesn't sell very often. When I looked at it, I got excited because I thought it was a fair price, and I can see the borders, which means it should get a number grade. From the front, looks extremely clean. And then I turned it over, and unfortunately has a crease right here in the side. So I knew that before I bought it. I paid accordingly. I think I paid, well, again, it was $800 for the lot. So basically $50 off each card. So $150, $300, and $350 here, I think. But I am going to send these. I had already submitted all my submissions to SGC. It was the end of the Saturday when we weren't coming back Sunday. So I did not get to send these in. But I think this could still get a 3 or maybe even a 4 because the crease is on the back and it's not very visible. And in a 4, it's a pretty valuable card. Doesn't really sell that often. So excited to get that one graded and see what it comes back as. 66 tops, I just thought it was really clean. I thought it could be a 4 or 5. And I thought it was a pretty fair raw price. It was a clean card. So this does have one bad corner here, which is why I think it'll probably be a 4 on the back. But, and the Ted Williams, again, just looked like a clean example. Easily a 3, no creases that I could see. So, it's a white back. Edges are a little dinged up, but for 150 bucks, thought it was worth a shot to get the Ted there. That's some more of the stuff I picked up there. This is part of a big bulk deal. Same guy, Andy. He sold me a bunch of 54 Bowmans. I bought the whole lot off of him. I was gonna send every card from that lot in, and as I was going through them a little closer, I noticed these two, the Snyder and the Pee Wee Reese, had some pretty significant creases in them. So you can kind of see across the face there on Duke. And Pee Wee, I don't know where the crease was, but something popped out at me that I said, maybe I won't send that one in. I don't remember where. Oh, you know what it is? It's writing. It's got writing right on his chest. Pencil mark. So these came in a lot of, again, I don't know how many exactly it was. Probably 15 or 20 Hall of Famers from the 54 Bowman set. It included Feller, Eddie Matthews, Rizzuto, Nelson Fox, Slaughter, Whitey Ford, Duke Snyder. So there was a bunch of them. and I just bought the lot for a few $100. I don't remember exactly what I paid for these. This one also was stained, which is why I didn't send it, but got those. I also picked up these Wheaties cards, Sam Snead. I'm a golfer and a golf fan, so I thought these were cool. These are cheap. I think I paid, I don't know, maybe like 10, 12 bucks a piece for these, but decided I'd pick those up for cheap. I don't know what I'll do. I may get this authenticated or just keep them as is. I also picked up a bunch of non-sport stuff. This was kind of just a throw-in, to be honest. These cards sell for like $3 to $5 a piece, depending on condition. Just some old unique non-sport stuff from the 50s and 60s. There's Blackbeard. It's like the 61 captain's flag set or something like that. It says Fleer, but I think it's like the Pirates flag or Pirates captain flag, something. Whole bunch of those. So Billy the Kid, just a whole bunch of these cards. He asked me if I wanted them for cheap. Again, I know they all sell for $3 to $5 a piece, kind of what I was seeing online. I think there's about 100 of them. And he said, "Do you want me to throw them in for $100? And I was like, "Yeah, sure. $1 a card. I'll just mess with them. I already bought so much. I just had him throw these in. So we'll see what we do with those. A couple of these were just like random cards were laying around the box that he gave it. So these were just in the bottom of the box he let me use to pack all this stuff up. They weren't intentional buys. So that was that piece. Here's the modern stuff I picked up. I traded for this the one night. This was probably Friday night. We had a little trade night in a hotel. We were at the 4 Points by Sheridan by the airport. So there's probably 10 or 15 of us gathered in the lobby and did some trades. I saw this. Stone Cold was somebody I watched growing up as a kid. So he had this auto out of 49. Comp was between like 200 and 250 bucks. I'm like, I'll trade you something for it. He didn't have many cards. He went through and picked out probably, I don't know, 10 to 15 cards that I had. A couple graded cards and a bunch of just $10, $15 cards. So I ended up giving him like 250 in value trade for this. Just thought it was a cool card. Looked very clean. I might get it graded, PSA. So thought that was a pretty cool pickup. I also bought this lot of modern stuff from a guy that had a box there. I went through and picked out 15 cards. The guy that I traded the Steve Austin with was from Canada. He took a couple of the cards because they were Vladdy Guerrero Jr.'s. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He took 5 of the cards. So I paid $175 for this lot with the other 5 cards. I think the 5 cards the guy took from me, I got about $100 or $120 in trade value. Here's $100 in trade value out of those 5. And then this card here kind of makes up the rest. Bo Bichette rookie, red out of 25. It's the 1955 Bowman short print from Topps 2020. So this one, not many sales, obviously. I think the only one listed for like $150 on eBay. I'm going to look over this closer. If I think it can get a 10, I will send it in. But pretty cool card there. And this is just some cheap stuff. So Acuna, again, probably $3 or $5 card. Desmond Bain, this one's numbered out of 10, the gold disco. So threw that in. Nick Chubb out of 199. I think this player worn patch. Terry Rozier, picked up a couple Terry Roziers, just moved to Charlotte. I'm actually wearing my Terry Rozier Hornet shirt right now that I got at one of the games we went to. So he had these Genesis and the Obsidian. I just threw those in. This is probably like $10 and $5 or something. I don't know. Now you had a Jazz Chisholm. This is a numbered rookie out of 199. So again, threw it in. I didn't even really look up comps. I just said, give me a number. When he said 175, I just thought it was fair. So I just said, yeah, that works for me. It's a numbered Griffey out of 99. And then a numbered Judge from Top Fire, the purple. This one's out of 99 as well. And then just a green Phoenix LaMelo ball, not numbered. Being in Charlotte now, and I go to shows, like the Acuna stuff will move pretty easily. The Rozier stuff will move. LaMelo stuff. So thought it was a pretty good pickup. I didn't do much. This is the only modern stuff I bought. Was this and the other 5 cards that I ended up moving the trade for the Steve Austin, but thought I got a pretty good deal on those. I wasn't really looking for modern, obviously. And then to the big boys. So I did like I said, I did about $15,000 worth of deals. Luckily, a lot of trades and a lot of sales, so it wasn't all out cash. So this is when I got in a trade. I traded away a couple 1960s higher grade stuff, and I think maybe actually I don't even know what else I traded on. I think I maybe Dick Butkus high grade, but got this and two other cards in the deal. So I got this for about $150. Frank Robinson rookie. I needed one for my Hall of Fame collection, so cheap, relatively cheap card, but thought it was a nice shape. Needed it, so I traded away for it. No cash involved in that one, just trade, which is good. These next couple, again same guy, I picked up from Andy at his table. He was working with me and being extremely fair, so I kept buying. So we got the Mel Ott 1933 Gaudy. It's $450 on it. I think I paid $350 for this one. Is what I paid for the Mel Ott. Huey Jennings Polar Bear, which is why I was intrigued by this one. I think I have a Huey Jennings in my Hall of Fame collection, but the Polar Bear back kind of caught my eye. He had $500 on that. I think I paid maybe $4. I don't remember exactly what I paid on this. So just thought it was cool. You don't see a lot of these around. So I picked that one up. Hall of Famer there. And then I picked up a Seaver rookie. I don't have a Seaver rookie. I've had a couple of his second-year cards, but it's a 4.5. Pretty sharp card, just OC. He had $1,200 on this. I paid $950 for it, I believe. So that was the other one I got from Andy. It was the rest of the stuff I got from him, but you can see I bought the majority of the stuff I bought from two dealers because they were being extremely fair and working with me. And I was just putting big lots together. And again, 89 cards, pretty much all of them from those two dealers that went to SGC graded. So we'll see how they come back. Again, I'm hoping for, I think majority of them are hoping for 5s, but some of the stuff was gonna be probably a little better than that. Some of the stuff a little worse than that, like the DiMaggio and the Wagner that I showed on the sheet. And then lastly, this was a deal I actually negotiated before the National, and I picked it up there. So off of Facebook, did a partial trade and cash deal for this. Was able to put in a little over $1,000 in trade, which was good. So just some rare T206 stuff. So Joe Tinker, the bat off shoulder, 4.5. I had a Cracker Jack Joe Tinker that I sold last year and been looking for one ever since to kind of fit my eye. The Cracker Jack was a low grade, but those are very rare, obviously. So I finally picked up another Joe Tinker here in a 4.5 with a sweet cap roll back. Picked up a Christy Mathewson. I don't have one of these in my Hall of Fame collection, so just a Piedmont dark cap. I don't know exactly what I paid for these. I think I paid around $850-ish, maybe $1450 here. And then here's the big one. This is the biggest card I picked up this week. Again, the deal was made prior, but the T206 Polar Bear, Cy Young, again, rare back. These don't go up for sale very often. I think I had maybe 22 for this one, I think it was. 2,200. So I was pretty excited about this deal. These cards don't come up very often for sale, especially this one here. So excited to get those. And they'll all go in my Hall of Fame collection. I ended up putting stickers on them because I was walking around the show. These are kind of the numbers that was like, make me move on them price if anyone wanted to really buy them. But I wasn't going to move off those numbers because to find like this one again would be nearly impossible. Especially in a better, 2.5 grade, not a 1. So that's it. Picked up a ton of stuff, sold a ton of stuff. I think I ended up selling, between sale and trade, I think it was over almost $7,000 worth of sale and trade that I did during the week as well, which was pretty exciting. I didn't think I would be able to get rid of that much stuff. I did, obviously, the big trade with my brother, a bunch of Clementis for one of my mazes. I ended up selling all those Clementis the next day. After the show, they were sitting there, and somebody came through and bought every single one of the Clementis from me. So I was able to get some cash back instead of having the maze. My brother kept the maze for himself. And then did a bunch of other deals between trade nights in a hotel. Didn't do a whole lot of selling in the show to dealers. My personal experience was that they were just paying a little too low for me. I'm not too eager to get rid of stuff. I can sell on eBay, and I can be pretty patient with it. So a lot of the guys I talked to wanted to pay 50-60% of comps, and that just wasn't for me. I know some people that works. For me, I just, again, didn't really need to do that. Did sell like a pretty rare Cuban card that I had bought a while ago that was just sitting around, so I sold that for a couple $100. That was about it. So we had a great time. Can't wait to go back. Looking forward to Cleveland next year. Hoping somehow it gets voted into Atlanta in 2026 because it'll be a lot closer to me and we can drive down. But definitely we'll be going back. Had a fun time. Again, found some reasonable prices, some reasonable deals. Didn't do a whole lot of scavenging across the entire national show floor. My brother did. I didn't do as much, but we had fun nonetheless. So as always, you guys like the videos, give us a follow, give us a like. Medford Collectibles on all the platforms. If you're looking for any post 61, 62, or 63, or any bazookas, please reach out. I'll be getting these posted on eBay eventually. I may even do some of these on Facebook in the vintage groups there. See if anyone's interested in any set builders. And then we'll keep listening, keep seeing more and more from me on eBay as I get time. Work's still been a little crazy, but hopefully nights and weekends I can find some time to just keep listing stuff. My 10-year-old wants to start helping out, so I'm trying to see what I can have him do to help get more cards listed. We've got tens of thousands of cards to get listed, just not the time to do so. So thank you guys for watching. We will talk to you next time.